Hi everybody, my name is Emer Maguire and I'm a science communicator, which means I love telling other people about science. And today I thought we could do some stay-at-home science. I wanted to talk to you all about the wonders of the weather, and I thought we could be weather watchers together. I want to show you how to do a really cool experiment called the tornado in a jar, and I also want to show you how to do this cool rainbow celery experiment. But before we do that, I want to tell you a few weather related facts. Like, did you know that whenever lightning strikes, it's 5 times as hot as the sun? Or if dirt and wind mix up in a kind of dusty storm, it's called a black blizzard. Or maybe my favourite weather fact of all time is that you can tell the temperature by counting a cricket's chirps. All you have to do is, if you ever hear a cricket, count how many times they chirp in 25 seconds. Divide that number by 3 and add 4 and you have the temperature in degrees Celsius. One of the biggest, strangest weather events is a tornado. In the USA, they have more tornadoes than anywhere else in the world, over 1,200 a year. They even have an area in the USA called Tornado Alley where tornadoes strike all the time. I wouldn't fancy living there, would you? I know we've got a wee bit of rain and a bit of wind, but I can't remember the last time I saw a tornado in Belfast. But today I thought we could make our own tornado using things you have around the house. Now this is what you need for this experiment. You need a jar with a lid. You also need a teaspoon. You need vinegar, washing up liquid, quite a bit of water, and you also need a wee bit of glitter. We are going to make a tornado in a jar. Real life tornadoes obviously happen in the air, but if we make one in water, we can see it pretty clearly. So, first of all, get your jar, take off the lid, and what you want to do is fill it up about 3/4 of the way with your water. So I know I've got quite a big jar here, but I'm hoping that means you're going to be able to see the tornado really well. That's over halfway full, so we're going for 3/4 full. Okay, that seems like it could be enough. And now we're going to put in 1 teaspoon each of a few different ingredients. So we'll maybe go for a glitter first. So I'm putting glitter in because I like the way it looks, and I think it makes it a little bit easier to see the end result of the tornado. So about a teaspoon, flatten that out, put that in, and then next you want to put in about a teaspoon of your vinegar. There we go. Smells lovely. Let's make little some chips. Then your washing up liquid, a teaspoon of that, not too much, so that adults in your house don't complain that they've used all their washing up liquid and they can't do their dishes. Stir that up just because otherwise the glitter might just sit at the top. So stir it up. Now, what you want to do is take your lid, put it on nice and tightly, really tight, and now we create the vortex of the tornado. So what you do to do that is you swirl the jar and you'll start to see your tornado. So give it a good swirl, put it down flat on the table, and I can really clearly see the tornado. You won't be able to see it in this big main camera, so we're going to look at it through the other camera here. So giving it a really good swirl, and I put it down flat. You can see the tornado. If you find it a little bit hard to see your tornado just from swirling it around, what you can do is get that teaspoon that you had earlier, give it a really good stir. Then whenever you stop, have a look and you can really clearly see your tornado. So what's happening? Whenever you swirl the jar and the liquid are both spinning. And whenever you stop swirling the jar, the liquid inside keeps spinning for a few seconds before it realizes the jar has stopped moving, and that gives you the tornado effect. Let me know how you get on making your tornadoes in a jar. weather-wise, my favourite weather phenomenon is a rainbow. I just love the colours, I think it looks beautiful, so I thought I could tell you about a really super simple, quick and cool experiment about rainbows using celery. This is the rainbow celery experiment. All you need is a few things. You need 4 glasses or jars. You also need water to fill those with. You need food colouring. This is an important part of this experiment. If you only have 3 things of food colouring, just use 3 jars. And finally, what you need is some celery. Now, what we are going to do is we are going to fill each of these glasses about half full of water. And the next one. Now we take each of our things of food colouring and add it to each glass. So first our blue, my favourites. Don't need to add too much food colouring. What's this colour? Oh, that's possibly red. Now, depending on how long you've had your food colouring, it might be a little bit lumpy, so you need to stir it up. Blue definitely looks pretty good. The green looks surprisingly good too. It's our kind of reddy orangey colour. Finally our yellow, which I might add a little bit more of yellow. It is pretty pale in comparison to the other colours. There we go. Now, all you do is get your celery. Now, I know whenever I think of celery like this, without the leaves, but what I really want you to do is, if you can, choose bits of celery that have the leaves on them, because this experiment will be so much more interesting if you use those pieces. So got a couple of leaves on that one. I'm going to just put that in there into my red glass. I'm going to put this one with quite a lot of leaves into my blue glass, this one into my green, and maybe I'll put this really little small one into the yellow. Then you can put the rest of the celery away for an absolutely delicious snack later. Now, what you need to do then is you need to take a break and you need to wait. You need to leave your experiment overnight and come back the next day to see what happens with the colour and what happens with the celery. So now, as I say, all we do is wait. Okay, so I have waited around 12 hours at this point. Now, if you are doing this experiment at home, it is better to wait at least 24 hours, but I kind of can't resist having a little peek and showing you guys what is happening. So I can see on the blue one that the blue has started to make its way up to the leaves a little bit. The yellow one, the leaves are pretty yellow. Even on the red, I can see little bits of red starting to appear. Now, I know you won't be able to see from there, so I'm going to bring you a little bit closer to have a closer look yourself. On the red one, you can see red coming up here through the stem, and also if we lift it out, the red has kind of started to saturate the bottom of the celery. So little bits of red tinges there, but I'm hoping if I leave this even longer, all up here, the little capillaries things will start to go red. The green one, I mean, it's going to be hard to see because this is green and this is green, but you can see that it's definitely gone darker along here. And finally, my favourite colour, blue. You can see on some of these leaves that they've definitely started to have a little bit of a blue tinge on the end. So as I said, I've left mine 12 hours. I'm going to continue to leave this for at least another 12, so it's left for over 24 hours, and I'm going to keep watching. Maybe I'll go back every few hours and make a few notes on the experiment to see how it's progressing. So why has it happened? Why is the colour travelling up through the celery to give us rainbow celery? Well, basically plants absolutely love water, and the celery, it has sucked up the coloured water just like a straw. And this is what happens in real life. Plants bring water from their roots right up to the rest of the plants. And there you have it, your colourful rainbow celery. I really hope everyone enjoyed today's stay-at-home science with me, Emer Maguire. Good luck making your own tornado in a jar, and I would love to see how your rainbow celery turns out. Until next time, good luck weather watchers, thank you for watching.